Okay, third one, consider the two postulates given below. Given any two distinct points A and B, there exists a third point C which is in between A and B. And second one is C, there exists at least 3 points that are not on the same line. Your question is, do these postulates contain any undefined term? And are these postulates consistent? Do they follow Euclid's postulates? Explain. So 3 questions are there. First you have to look at that postulates. Then you have to see whether there are any undefined terms are there. Then you have to say are they consistent? Then do they follow Euclid's postulates? Now it is these postulates are consistent. Second answer is yes. Okay, are these postulates consistent? Yes, but there are certain undefined terms given. First one, it is given two distinct points A and B. Third point is C, which is in between A and B. Okay, then some more definition, some more explanation we can give to that one. Second one, there exist at least 3 points that are not on the same line. Okay, so this one, are they from Euclid's postulate? Yes, they are from Euclid's postulate. That is, we need 2 points. Which postulate it is? It is, we need 2 points to draw a line. Okay, explanation in writing I will give you. Okay, so fourth one, if a point C lies between 2 points A and B such that AC is equal to BC, then prove that AC is equal to half of AB. Explain by drawing the figure. Fourth one, if a point lies between 2 points AB, okay, AC equal to BC. So let us draw that figure. Fourth one, so C lies between A and B. So let us mark this one AB. C is in between A and B. So AC is equal to BC. Okay. So AC equal to BC. Then you have to prove that AC equal to half of AB. Now let us take, it is given AC is equal to BC. Okay, that is given thing, given in the book. Now when we are adding AC to both sides, so there is no change in the value. So given that Euclid's postulate says that if equals are added to equals, then whole is equal. Okay, whole is equal. That is the postulate given there. Okay, so you can add AC to both the sides. The same quantity you can add. Now what is AC plus BC? AC plus BC is equal to AB. So here you will get 2 times AC. AC plus AC means 2 times AC. That is equal to AC plus BC equal to AB. Or AC will be equal to, take 2 to this side, what will get? Half of AB. Okay, hope you understood. First, how we have drawn one line segment. We have drawn AB. C is in between A and B. Now given in your textbook AC is equal to BC, added AC to both sides. Explanation you have to give. Equals are added to equals, then whole is equal. Now 2 times AC is equal to AB, or AC is equal to half of AB. Now fifth one, in question 4, point C is called midpoint of the line segment AB. Prove that every line segment has one and only one midpoint. Now fifth one, how will you prove? You have to prove that C is the midpoint. Midpoint means half of that one. So now if there is another midpoint, what will happen? So AC will be equal to that point also. Okay, so there will be a contradiction in that one. Okay, so it will not be true. So there is only one midpoint in that one. See, other than C, if there is any midpoint D or like that, so figure will be like this: AB and C first one, D you take. So AC will be equal to BC. If D is the midpoint, AD will be equal to BD. So there will be a contradiction how both of them BC and AD will be equal. So that also explanation in writing I'll give you. Then sixth one, if AC equal to BD, then prove that AB equal to CD. So that figure is given there. A, D, in between B and C is given. Sixth one, AC is equal to BD, that is given there. Okay, so look at this one. AC is equal to BD. Okay, now if AC equal to BD, from AC, if you are subtracting BC, and from BD if you are subtracting BC, they will be equal. Why? Euclid's postulate, if you are subtracting the same quantity, equal quantities from the equals, then remaining will become equal. So AC equal to BD, so AC minus BC will be equal to BD minus BC. We are subtracting BC from both sides. No, it is given AC equal to BD and we are subtracting BC from both sides. So so equals are subtracted, that property, I think axioms, if equals are subtracted from equals, the remainders are equal. Third one, so write that statement. If equals are subtracted from equals, remainders are equal. Okay, now AC minus BC, what will come? AB only. No, AC is this much. If you are minusing BC from that one, it will be AB, and BD minus BC will be equal to CD. So you got that AB is equal to CD. Okay. Fifth question, why is axiom 5 in the list of Euclid's axioms considered universal truth? Not that, the question is not about the fifth postulates. So axiom 5, it is whole is greater than part. Axiom 5, what is that? Whole is greater than part. Okay, why it is considered as universal truth? Universal truth means it is accepted everywhere. No, whether it is in maths or in another subject, this one is true. Okay, so when maths is considered, we know that whole is greater than part. So one in mathematics, so one thing is there, one box is there. Let us take that box as x. Now we are dividing it into 5 equal parts. Okay, now when you are taking this one a b c d like that, so let us take first part a b c d and d. Now when you are taking first part a is smaller than this one. Now all x is greater than this part a. If you are taking a and b together, then also x is greater, that is whole is greater. So when max is considered, this is true. And then when you are taking another subject, suppose geography, if you are taking, okay, now we know that we are living in the continent Asia. Okay, so continent Asia consists of so many nations, no? So when you are considering the Asia as a whole, okay, and India as a part of that one, India is a part. So which one is greater? Whole, that is Asia is greater than India. Or when you are taking the part of another case of another country also, that whole Asia will be greater than its parts. Okay, so that's why it is called, it is treated as a universal truth. Okay, so whole is greater than part, whether it is in maths or in another subject, this is true. Okay.